Hi. I think I'm going to have to film this really quickly. It's much later in the day than I anticipated. It's actually after 6 p.m. And though I've got some nice light in the west, it is definitely going down. So I'm going to have to do this quickly. I'm going to show you the fourth look. The fourth jeans jacket look is a jacket you've seen before, but not in the whole look thing where I've shown you the other three. So I'm going to come back and do that. Before I do it, let me just show you a real quick makeup look today. Okay, I went with, actually, I wanted to try to go with, after I saw Bella do the one she did, I decided to try my Morphe palette again. I haven't used the Morphe palette in a really long time. And it was okay. It was not something that I loved. It was okay. So I used this really dark kind of purpley color, and I didn't like any of the neutrals from here, so I went back to that other palette. Actually went to the Naturals of the Profusion palette to get, I took the top one and then I took the middle one. Top one being Sugar and the second one being Chatty. So I did those for my mobile lid. And then I actually went to the store yesterday. Haven't gone to the drugstore in quite a while. I haven't bought anything makeup or skincare or anything related for quite a while now. But there were a couple of things I wanted to get in case I had to go into the hospital or in case I was having some kind of treatment that would make it difficult for me to do after this. So I picked up, and I was very disappointed because I picked up an extra one of that Megaphone lash thing that I had gotten from Kathy. And let me see if this is the one I got from her or if this is the new one. This is the new one. It's dry. It's like there's nothing on it. It came out dry. Now, whether that means it's been sitting there for a long time or whatever, I'm not impressed. And that made me sad because I was so impressed with the one that she sent me. I still got a decent look out of it, but it took a lot more work. And it's brand new. It shouldn't be happening with brand new. Another thing I did today that was a little bit different was, in using my Magnificent Metals, I decided that I wanted to try, I haven't used it in a long time, and I decided I wanted to try the Sea Siren. Now the Sea Siren is more of an iridescent kind of a look. It shows us pink, but it really comes off as more blue than pink. Do you see it? It's sort of, the way it reads is more, here it looks pink, but it's really more blue than pink. So when I put it on my eyes, it was okay, but I wasn't totally in love with it. So what I did was I added the Diamond Dust just in the center of it to give it that little bit of extra pop, and then I liked it just fine. That's this one, of course. There's my Dolly Bling. So I really like that. Then I also bought and wanted to try, I got this liner. It's waterproof, Wet n Wild waterproof liner in a deep brown, what is it called? Dark brown, very original. Dark brown is shade 880. And this is the look that I got from it. It came out very matte. I sort of didn't expect it to be that matte. Went on easily enough. It's a rigid kind of an applicator, but it worked well enough. And we'll see over time. I'm not 100% sold, but it's good. The thing that made me the most excited about my purchases yesterday was I finally got to replace my NYX It's called Sculpt and Highlight Brow Contour. I have missed this. This is one of the first brow pencils that I got, and I have tried so many since then. I have the Anastasia, I've got a couple of those. I have the $1 billion, whatever that thing is called, $1 billion look. I have $1 billion brows or something like that. And I have the Mironess. I've got a lot of them, and they are varying degrees of okay for me. I love this one. My issue with the first one I bought at Nordstrom's Rack, I got it just before Christmas the year before, and they only had one shade, so I didn't know it came in different colors, and I don't think it was this color actually. I think it was slightly different, but this one works just fine. What I love about this, aside from the fact that it really works well and it glides on easily, color is nice, it gives me a nice kind of a look without being too heavy, and I certainly don't want that. I will warn you, if you decide to try this, be very careful when you open it, because the ones that I got at Nordstrom's Rack last year, the leads all fell out. So that was the issue with it. When I read reviews, people complained about that. The other side of it, and I will never open it down or sideways, open it up, this side is a highlighter. So how great is it to have a built-in highlighter and brow color? Yeah, this is definitely not the color I had last time. Excuse me, this one's a little bit darker. I like the one I had last time better, and I think that color was the taupe, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna have to take a look the next time. Fortunately, I got CVS bucks. This time I think I got $12 in bucks that I can use, I think, after April 6th. So if I'm still walking around after April 6th, I'm gonna go in there and get the other color. So in essence, I'm getting it for nothing. What else can I tell you about today's look? Nothing very special, different, whatever, but I like it. It's a cohesive look. I think it looks healthy. I think I am happy with it. So, by the way, take a look. I mean, the bags look really super for me. Not for normal people, but for me. I finally have the perfect combination for me, and I've shown it to you before. It is the Touche Éclat. It is my Josie Marin pencil, the chubby concealer pencil. I'll link to that as well, that I use just in the dark part of it. And then it is my Tarte Shape Tape on the bottom, and then my Mironess powder over it. Not true. One other thing. The other thing was my Mironess Shona, that ombre stick that I've shown you over and over and over again, because that lights it up a little bit and it's thick enough to really look good. So I'm totally happy with it. I'm in love with the nude lip. I've been in love with the nude lip for a very long time, but didn't feel that I could wear it because it washed me out and made me look sick. Now that I'm sick, I look well. Some things are really different, but I'm happy with the look now. And the thing I had to do for me is I have to define the edge of the look with a darker pencil. I really do. It still doesn't look like the old look to me. It works for me. I love it. I'm really, really happy with it. And if you take a look at my neck, do you see how bad it's gotten again? Because I had stopped doing all of my skincare for a while when I first found out what was going on with me, and I just could not focus on that. I'm back to it. I'm trying to rebuild what I had lost in terms of the waste of time that it was for me, and I'm hoping that it's going to be okay again. But the rest of it is not terrible. And again, you know, given the fact that I am no spring chicken, not too terrible. So that's the story for today. I'm going to put my wig on in just a minute. I will have the jacket on in just a minute. I'll show you that part of it. And let me know at the end of this. I was thinking of doing a video on how I wash and care for my wigs, and let me know if you have any interest in that. It's just something I tried because the first time I did them, I really felt they came out looking like straw, and I was very unhappy. So on that note, I am going to take leave of you long enough to put my jacket and my hair on, and I'll be back. Okay, quickly for the end, as you can see, the light is changing as I sit here. This is the Raquel Welch Soft and Subtle, and you've seen this one before, but not in the series. So once again, this is it. It's short and cropped, and it has the chunky kind of jewel trim over here. Now this one originally was $140, and this one was on sale for $79.99, and I got it in the final sale, so it was half that price. So it was just under $40. So once again, it was another one of my bargains, so I'm happy about that. Let me give you a really quick update on what's going on with me on a personal level. I am attending YouTube University once again, and I am learning on YouTube, not anything that they offer. And I've been doing so much reading on what I have, which is that high-grade spindle cell sarcoma. And I've been reading a lot about that. I've been reading a lot about different sarcomas. I know the difference between a sarcoma and a carcinoma, and what makes them different, and the different kinds of sarcomas, and what they're likely to do if they do move on to a secondary site and metastasize, or what the different modalities are and how they work, and what makes one possibly better than another. And now I have to evaluate the whole thing. I will suggest to anybody going through anything where they're really concerned, be careful what you look for online, because some of it is scary as hell. I watched one video in which this disjointed kind of voice was talking about a sarcoma, and she said the only treatment is, and it wasn't all that long ago, so it wasn't like a 30-year-old case they were talking about. She said the only thing to do is to amputate, and I was like, bye-bye, but I could not click it off fast enough. So you might not want to do that. My daughter-in-law's mother, who has been wonderful to me, and she was family to me for over 20 years, so I indeed feel extremely close to them. She had told me the other day that she's a nurse, so she told me that she spoke to some of her colleagues, and she found out that there is a world-renowned medical oncologist right here at Northwell, and that his name is Robert Mackey, M-A-K-I, and I took a look at his credentials, and I watched a video of his, and he sounds wonderful. He certainly is incredibly knowledgeable. I never went the route of looking for a medical oncologist because the primary physician had told me I needed to speak to a surgical oncologist. So I never looked that way. I'm going to make a phone call Monday morning and see if there's any way that I can get in to see him this week, because clearly I've got to make a decision about what to do. There is a lot of conventional wisdom that perhaps radiation up front is not a terrible way to go. I need to talk to my medical team about it, and together we'll make a decision, and together I'll decide which way to go. I pray that God's wisdom is with me for making the right choice of a person to handle this, and I pray to God that the outcome is good, and that I can hang around here for years to come with all my buddies. So on that note, I will see you very soon, and we will take it from there. Look at me. I look like I painted something on my head. That is the light reflecting off my chandelier in the dining room and reflecting right between the eyes, as if somebody shot me right between the eyes. Okay, Take care. I will see you soon. Love you all.